Okay, now we're going to put some siding on the shed, and you see I've got my first two pieces on, and I've cut them to length actually. The rest of them I'm just going to let them fly, and then I'll snap a line and run a skill saw down there so they're all nice and straight and even on the end. And I wish I could show you one of these up close. Maybe I'll insert a still picture, but I have these beveled on the edges. So that it's got a 15-degree bevel on it, so that the rain will run off and not try to seep in. And after the siding is all up, all the way around the building, then I'll be putting a clear wood stain on it, clear wood sealer. So let me get to it. Now you get a better idea of where we're going with this and how it's going to look. Okay, class, what's the best way to get a straight line? Can anybody see what it is? Yep, you see the blue line? That's a chalk line that I snapped. And again, if you don't have long enough pieces, you put a bevel joint on. And that'll make your joint disappear, especially when you paint it like I'm going to do right now. Well, so there you see how our siding on the front is going to be. On the diagonal, it's 23.5 degrees. And that's just a random number. I made it as long as I could get it and still have an angle. It was going to be waist cut off if I just went horizontal like the rest of the way around. And I figured, well, it'll accomplish two things. It'll make it a stronger building, having it at an angle. And if you'll notice on the opposite side of the doorway, that they come up at the opposite angle, same angle, but in the opposite direction. And yeah, and it'll make it look a little bit fancier. Yeah, that's it, fancier. Okay, so here you can see the back side. And I still have to trim the boards on the corner here, and it will get a corner board on it to finish it off. And once the corner board is on, then I will be able to finish my rake trim up and put on what is known as a mitten. And the mitten will be right in this area, right in here, to make that a horizontal thing. You'll notice I can tip my camera here a little bit you notice that my fascia board actually hangs down below the rake board, and there was a method in my madness for that, and you'll find out. And you may wonder why I have my rake boards hanging out beyond the facer in the back. That's a holdover from my days of building houses in New England, where that is a common thing always on the bottom end, or 99% of the time. Your rake board runs past the fascia board. And the reason for that is, in the old days, when they used to use wood gutters, instead of having to plug the end of the gutter, they would put their wood gutters up and it would butt right against the rake board. And then you would just tar that end in, and it made a cap on either end, and it made a nice clean look instead of seeing the end of your gutter hanging out. They still do that on a lot of houses up there. I haven't seen it here in Minnesota, and I haven't seen it in Pennsylvania when I was there either. They didn't know what I was talking about. So yeah, different parts of the country do things different ways and for different reasons. And that's the reason for that. So yeah, she's coming along. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Yeah, so far so good. So, until next time, this is George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, saying thanks for watching.